Life is a journey full of dreams, challenges, and moments that test who we really are. Along this journey, the most powerful lesson you can ever learn is to believe in yourself, even when no one else does. Believing in yourself is not about arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than others. It's about having quiet confidence, the kind that says, no matter what happens, I will find a way. It's about trusting your abilities, your vision, and your purpose, even when the world doubts you. Every great person you admire today once faced disbelief. People told them they couldn't do it. They were laughed at, ignored, and underestimated. But they didn't give up. They believed in themselves long before anyone else saw their potential. Think of Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. People thought he was foolish, but he said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That's the power of self-belief. When you believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for permission. You stop asking others if you're good enough. You start creating your own opportunities. You start writing your own story. But let's be honest, believing in yourself isn't always easy. There will be days when you feel lost, when everything seems to go wrong, when you start to question your worth. That's when you must remind yourself, your belief is your foundation. You see, no one will believe in you until you believe in yourself first. The world reflects what you project. If you show confidence, people trust you. If you doubt yourself, people hesitate to follow you. The energy you give off becomes the energy you attract. So you start small. Believe that you can improve. Believe that you can learn. Believe that you can overcome. Every time you take a small step forward, your belief grows stronger. Confidence is built through action, not just words. Don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect plan. There's no such thing. Start now. Start messy. Start scared. Just start. The more you move forward, the more your self-belief will rise. Sometimes you'll look around and notice others succeeding faster. Don't let that break your spirit. Everyone has their own timing. Your journey is unique. What matters is not how fast you go, but how far you're willing to keep going. When people doubt you, smile. When they say you can't, show them you can. When they walk away, keep walking forward. Remember, the only approval you truly need is your own. Self-belief is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Feed your mind with positivity. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Speak kindly to yourself. Stop saying I can't and start saying I will. When you fail, and you will sometimes, don't see it as the end. Failure is feedback. It's a teacher. It's a sign that you're trying. And trying means you're growing. So, whenever you fall, get back up with more determination than before. Because every fall brings you closer to your success. Every setback prepares you for a stronger comeback. Believing in yourself is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about knowing that your value doesn't depend on what others think. It depends on how much faith you have in your own heart. So right now, wherever you are, take a deep breath. Say to yourself, I believe in me. Say it again louder. I believe in me. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you imagine. You have everything you need inside you to build the life you dream of. The world may not see your potential yet, but that's okay. It's not their job to see it. It's your job to show it. So go out there and prove yourself right. One step at a time. One dream at a time. One belief at a time. Because the moment you start believing in yourself is the moment your life begins to change forever. Believing in yourself doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey. A slow, powerful transformation that begins with a simple decision. To stop doubting and start trusting yourself. We often grow up hearing limits. People tell us what we can't do, what's too hard, what's too risky. After a while, we start to believe them. We start building walls around our potential. But here's the truth. Those walls are only in your mind. The limits you think you have are not real. They're stories you've been told, and stories you've repeated to yourself for too long. So, how do you break free? How do you build unshakable belief in yourself? Let's walk through it step by step. Step 1. Start with your thoughts. Everything begins in the mind. The life you live today is a reflection of the thoughts you've been thinking for years. Every decision, every action, every dream, and even every failure starts with a single thought. Your thoughts are powerful. They create the foundation of your confidence, your attitude, and your belief in yourself. If you want to change your life, you must first learn to change the way you think. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever seeds you plant in it will eventually grow. If you constantly plant seeds of fear, doubt, and negativity, your garden will be full of weeds that choke your potential. But if you plant seeds of courage, hope, and belief, your mind will bloom with confidence and strength. A great example is Oprah Winfrey. Early in her career, she faced countless criticisms and personal challenges. Many told her she would never succeed in television. Instead of believing their words, Oprah trained her mind to focus on her potential. She repeated to herself that she was capable, that she had something valuable to share with the world. Her thoughts became the foundation of her incredible success. Many people fail not because they lack talent, but because they have allowed their thoughts to convince them that they are not good enough. The truth is, the voice inside your head can either become your greatest enemy or your most powerful friend. The choice is yours. The first step to believing in yourself is becoming aware of the way you talk to yourself. Every day you have an inner conversation, that quiet voice that comments on everything you do. When you make a mistake, that voice might say, "You're such a failure." When you try something new, it might whisper, "You're not ready for this." When you see someone else succeed, it may tell you, "You'll never be like them." These are not facts. They are opinions created by fear and insecurity. The problem is that when you listen to them for too long, you begin to accept them as truth. To build real self-belief, you must learn to challenge those thoughts. When your mind says, "I can't do this," you need to answer, "Yes, I can, and I will find a way." When you think, "I'm not good enough," remind yourself, "I am learning, I am growing, and I am improving every day." The more you replace negative thoughts with empowering ones, the stronger your inner confidence becomes. It's not magic, it's mental training. Just as your body becomes stronger with exercise, your mind becomes stronger with positive repetition. Words have power. The things you say to yourself are not meaningless. They shape the way you feel and act. If you constantly tell yourself that you're weak, you will act in a weak way. But if you keep telling yourself that you are strong, capable, and resilient, your actions will begin to reflect that belief. That's why it's important to start your day with positive thoughts. Before you reach for your phone or think about your problems, take a moment to tell yourself something encouraging. Say, "Today, I choose to be confident," or "I am capable of handling whatever comes my way." These simple statements set the tone for your day and train your mind to focus on strength instead of doubt. Changing your thoughts is not easy, especially if you've spent years believing in your limits. But remember, your mind is like a computer. It runs on whatever program you give it. If you keep feeding it negative beliefs, it will continue to produce negative results. But when you start to feed it thoughts of courage, purpose, and confidence, everything in your life begins to shift. The process takes time, but every small change makes a difference. Each time you catch yourself thinking something negative and replace it with something positive, you are reprogramming your brain for success. The most important thing to understand is that what you focus on grows. If you focus on your problems will seem bigger. But if you focus on your strengths and possibilities, your belief will grow stronger. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It simply believes what you tell it most often. That's why visualization is so powerful. When you imagine yourself succeeding, your brain begins to believe it's possible, and your actions start to align with that vision. Self-belief begins in silence, in those small private moments when no one else is watching. It begins when you decide to stop feeding your fears and start feeding your faith. Every time you replace doubt with determination, every time you choose hope over negativity, you strengthen the foundation of your belief in yourself. Your thoughts are the roots of your future. If you want a life filled with confidence, success, and purpose, you must first plant the right thoughts in your mind. Step 2. Take small actions. Believing in yourself is not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about turning those thoughts into action. Confidence grows through doing. You can repeat powerful words to yourself every morning, but if you never take the first step, your belief will never truly grow. The truth is, self-belief is not built in your mind alone. It is built through experience, through effort, and through small steps taken every single day. Take James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, as an example. He didn't wake up as a productivity expert. He started by taking tiny steps, reading a few pages a day, tracking small habits, and gradually building his knowledge. These small, consistent actions eventually led to a best-selling book and a global audience. He started small, but his persistence turned those small actions into major success. So many people wait for the perfect moment to begin. They say, "I'll start when I'm ready," or "I'll begin when I have more time, more money, more confidence." But the perfect moment never comes. Waiting only feeds fear. The more you wait, the more your doubts grow, and the less confident you become. The secret to confidence is action. Not waiting, not wishing, not overthinking, but doing. When you take action, something powerful happens inside you. You start to see evidence that you are capable. You begin to prove to yourself that you can handle challenges. Even if your first steps are small, they are still steps in the right direction. Every small success, every little progress, builds another layer of belief. Confidence is not something you're born with, it's something you build, brick by brick, through your actions. Think about a child learning to walk. The child doesn't stand up perfectly on the first try. They fall again and again, but they keep trying. Each time they get back up, they grow stronger, braver, and more balanced. Eventually, walking becomes natural. The same is true for you. Every time you take a small action toward your goals, even if you stumble, you are building the strength to keep going. The problem is that many people get stuck because they think too big too soon. They look at their dreams and feel overwhelmed by how far away they seem. But the journey of 1,000 miles always begins with one step, and then another. You don't need to know every answer or every detail before you start. You just need to begin. Start with what you have, where you are, and do what you can. Small actions are not insignificant. They are the foundation of all great achievements. When you start small, you build momentum. Momentum creates motivation, and motivation fuels even more action. For example, if you want to get healthier, don't pressure yourself to run 10 kilometers on the first day. Just start with a short walk. If you want to improve your English, don't try to master every word at once. Just learn a few new words each day. If you want to build confidence in speaking, start by saying hello to one new person. These small wins may not seem big at first, but over time they change everything. Taking small actions also helps you silence your inner critic. Doubt thrives in inactivity. When you do nothing, your mind fills with fear and uncertainty. But when you take action, even tiny steps, you send a message to your brain that you are capable. The voice of fear becomes quieter, and the voice of confidence becomes stronger. Action is the best medicine for self-doubt. And yes, sometimes your actions will not lead to success immediately. You might fail. You might get rejected. You might make mistakes. But that's all part of the process. Every failure is simply a lesson in disguise, a stepping stone on your path to success. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never stop trying. They understand that every effort, no matter how small, brings them closer to their goals. It's also important to celebrate your small wins. Too often, we ignore the little victories and only focus on what's missing. But every bit of progress deserves recognition. Every small step forward is proof that you are growing. Take time to appreciate your efforts, because confidence grows not only from achievement but also from appreciation. Remember, success is not about taking one big leap. It's about taking small steps consistently. Those steps might not seem impressive to others, but they matter. Over time, small actions compound. They turn into habits, and habits create transformation. Every great journey, every great success, is simply a collection of small steps that someone had the courage to take. You take the first step. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Don't let fear stop you. Start now, even if you're scared, even if you feel uncertain, even if you don't have it all figured out. The courage to begin is stronger than the fear of failure. Each action you take builds another layer of belief in yourself. Each small step proves that you are capable of more than you think. Self-belief is not a gift you receive. It's a result you create. It's born from action, from persistence, and from courage. You may not feel ready, but that's okay. No one ever truly feels ready. The important thing is that you start, right here, right now, with the resources you have and the heart that refuses to give up. Take that small step today, because every great achievement, every powerful transformation, and every success story began with someone just like you. Someone who chose to take action instead of waiting. Remember, progress, no matter how small, is still progress. Keep moving, keep believing, and let your actions become the proof of your strength. Step 3. Learn from failure. Don't fear it. Failure. A word that most people try to avoid. A feeling that no one wants to experience. Yet, failure is one of the most powerful teachers life can offer. The truth is, every successful person you admire has walked through failure. Every great invention, every powerful idea, and every success story has roots in moments of struggle, disappointment, and defeat. Failure is not the end of the road. It is part of the journey. Without failure, there is no growth, no wisdom, and no real success. From a young age, many of us are taught that failure is something shameful, something to hide or fear. We grow up believing that if we fail, it means we're not good enough. But this belief is wrong, completely wrong. Failure is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you are trying, that you are daring to move beyond your comfort zone. A perfect example is J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was finally accepted. She faced personal struggles and financial difficulties, but she never gave up. Each rejection taught her something about persistence, and she learned to improve her writing and presentation. Today, her story inspires millions around the world. Her failures didn't define her, her determination did. People who never fail are people who never try anything new. If you are failing, it means you are learning, and that is something to be proud of. Think about some of the greatest people in history. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he invented the light bulb. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper job because they said he lacked creativity. Each of them faced failure after failure, but they didn't stop. They learned, adapted, and kept moving forward. Their belief in themselves was stronger than their fear of failing. That's the difference between success and giving up. Not talent, not luck, but persistence. When you fail, it's easy to feel discouraged. You might start to doubt yourself or question whether your dream is even worth it. But failure is never a message to stop. It's a message to grow. Each failure brings with it a lesson, a clue about what needs to change, what needs to improve, and what direction you should take next. The most successful people don't avoid mistakes. They learn from them quickly. They analyze what went wrong, adjust their plan, and try again with more wisdom than before. Failure is also an opportunity to build resilience. Every time you fall and get back up, you grow stronger. Each setback tests your determination and shapes your character. It teaches you patience, discipline, and humility. Success achieved without failure often lacks depth. It doesn't teach you who you truly are. But when you face failure and keep going, you discover your real strength. You realize that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Sometimes, failure isn't even a mistake. It's simply redirection. Life has a way of guiding you toward where you're meant to be, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. A closed door might just be pointing you toward a better opportunity. What feels like the end might actually be a new beginning. You may not understand it in the moment, but in time you'll see that failure was never trying to destroy you. It was shaping you. The key is to change the way you see failure. Don't treat it as a punishment, but as feedback. Every failure carries a message. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? What did this experience teach me about myself? When you look at failure through the lens of curiosity instead of fear, it loses its power to hurt you. It becomes your greatest ally, your silent teacher guiding you toward success. Fear of failure holds more people back than failure itself ever does. So many dreams die not because they are impossible, but because people are too afraid to fail. They let fear control their actions, so they never even try. But failure is never as painful as regret. The pain of trying and failing is temporary. The pain of wondering what if lasts forever. So, take the risk, make the attempt, and allow yourself to fail, because that's how you grow. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Every successful journey is filled with mistakes, wrong turns, and difficult moments. What matters is not how many times you fall, but how many times you rise. Every time you get back up, you prove that you are stronger than before. Don't fear failure. Embrace it. Learn from it. Let it shape you into someone wiser, tougher, and more determined. Every failure is a lesson in disguise, preparing you for the day when all your hard work finally pays off. And when that day comes, you'll look back and realize that every fall, every disappointment, every mistake was worth it, because it made you who you are. Success is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. The road to your dreams will never be straight. There will be setbacks and challenges. But if you keep moving forward, if you refuse to give up, your failures will turn into stepping stones. One day, you'll thank those moments of struggle because they were the fire that forged your strength. Keep trying, keep learning, and keep believing. Fall down 7 times. Stand up 8. Let every failure remind you not of what you lost, but of how far you've come. The person who never fails never grows, and you are not that person. You are someone who dares, someone who learns, someone who rises. And that is exactly what it means to believe in yourself before anyone else does. Step 4. Surround yourself with positivity. Your environment shapes your mindset, and your mindset shapes your future. One of the most powerful yet often overlooked steps in believing in yourself is surrounding yourself with positivity. People, places, and thoughts that lift you higher instead of pulling you down. Every day you are influenced by what you see, hear, and feel. The conversations you have, the people you spend time with, the content you consume, and even the atmosphere around you. All these things quietly shape how you think and who you become. That's why it's so important to create an environment that supports your growth and encourages your confidence. When you're surrounded by negative people, you start to absorb their energy. Their doubts, fears, and complaints can easily become your own. They might tell you that your dreams are too big or that success isn't possible for someone like you. And if you're not careful, you'll start to believe them. But here's the truth. Most people who try to limit you are actually limited themselves. Their words are reflections of their own fears, not yours. On the other hand, when you spend time with positive, driven, and supportive people, something amazing happens. You start to think bigger. You begin to believe more in what's possible. Their energy becomes contagious. It inspires you to push harder, dream higher, and stay consistent. Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Group, is an example of someone who carefully built a positive and motivating network. He surrounded himself with ambitious, innovative thinkers who encouraged creativity and action. He also sought mentors who guided him through challenges. By immersing himself in positivity, he was able to take risks and grow a global business empire. A strong circle of positive people doesn't just make you feel good. It changes the way you see the world. Positivity doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on solutions instead of problems. It means looking for lessons instead of failures. It's about training your mind to see the light even when everything around you feels dark. Positive people aren't people who never struggle. They're people who never let struggle define them. If you want to grow, you have to protect your energy. Learn to recognize the people who drain you and the ones who recharge you. Spend less time with those who complain, criticize, or bring you down. Spend more time with those who encourage you, challenge you, and make you want to be better. You don't need a large group. Just a few people who truly believe in you can change everything. And remember, positivity isn't only about the people around you, but it's also about what you feed your mind every day. What kind of content are you watching? What kind of music do you listen to? What kind of words do you speak to yourself? These small choices add up. They shape your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your actions. Feed your mind with motivation, wisdom, and gratitude. Read inspiring books. Watch videos that teach you something new. Listen to people who have achieved what you dream of. The more you fill your mind with uplifting messages, the more powerful your inner voice becomes. Soon, when doubt tries to whisper that you can't do it, your mind will shout back, "Yes, I can." Creating a positive environment also means keeping your physical space inspiring. Keep your room clean, organized, and full of reminders of your goals. Place motivational quotes on your wall. Write down your dreams and look at them every morning. Every time you walk into your space, it should remind you of where you're going, not where you've been. But even with all that, the most important positivity must come from within. You can't control everything that happens outside you, but you can always control how you respond to it. You can choose to be calm when others are angry. You can choose to stay hopeful when life feels uncertain. You can choose to believe in yourself even when no one else does. That's the ultimate form of positivity, the kind that starts from your own heart. Surrounding yourself with positivity is not just about feeling good. It's about building strength. It's about preparing yourself to stay focused and confident no matter what challenges come your way. Because when your environment is filled with light, it becomes harder for the darkness of doubt to take over. Protect your energy. Guard your mind. Choose your circle wisely. Stay close to people who see your potential, not your limits. Be around those who talk about ideas, dreams, and growth, not gossip, fear, or negativity. Let go of toxic relationships that make you feel small, and instead, seek out connections that make you feel alive. And most importantly, be that positive energy for others. When you become the light in someone else's life, you'll find that your own light shines even brighter. The more encouragement you give, the more confidence you build. The more you uplift others, the stronger you become yourself. Your surroundings are the soil where your dreams grow. If you plant your goals in negativity, they'll struggle to survive. But if you plant them in positivity, in love, hope, and belief, they will flourish. You deserve to grow in an environment that supports your greatness. Don't just wait for that environment. Create it. Step 5. Take action. Even when your scared, dreams are beautiful. Plans are powerful, but none of them mean anything unless you take action. You can spend hours visualizing success, reading motivational books, or watching inspiring videos. But if you never take that first step, your dream will remain just that, a dream. The bridge between wishing and achieving is action. Taking action is where belief truly begins to live. It's easy to say, "I believe in myself," when things feel safe and comfortable. But real belief is proven when you move forward despite fear, doubt, or uncertainty. Consider Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She had no experience in business, no investors, and limited resources. She was scared to pitch her idea to manufacturers, but she took action anyway. Through persistence and courage, she built a billion-dollar company. Her success didn't come from waiting for fear to disappear. It came from taking action despite it. Every person who has ever achieved greatness started exactly where you are, with fear in their heart, but courage in their steps. The truth is, everyone feels afraid before starting something new. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, these are natural. But courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to move forward in spite of it. The moment you take action, even a small one, you take power away from your fear. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most important. Think about it. No one ever reached success just by thinking about it. The writer had to pick up the pen. The musician had to play the first note. The athlete had to take the first shot. Action is the spark that turns your dream into reality. That it's not about waiting for the perfect time, because the perfect time will never come. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll wait forever. You don't need to be ready, you just need to start. So many people never reach their goals, not because they lack talent, but because they never begin. They let fear paralyze them. They overthink every detail, waiting for all conditions to be perfect. But life doesn't reward those who wait, it rewards those who act. Every small step forward brings you closer to your dream, while standing still only keeps you stuck in the same place. Taking action also builds confidence. You can't think your way into believing in yourself, you have to act your way there. When you take that first step and see even a little progress, your confidence grows. You start realizing that you are capable. You begin to trust yourself more. Every action you take becomes a piece of evidence that says, "I can do this." Yes, you will make mistakes. You will stumble. You will fall. But that's part of the process. Mistakes are not proof of failure. They are proof that you are trying. And every time you get back up, you grow stronger and wiser. Remember, you can correct a mistake, but you can't correct an action. Action also creates momentum. Once you start, things begin to move. Ideas appear, opportunities open, and energy builds. The hardest part is starting, but once you do, the rest begins to flow. Think of it like pushing a heavy rock. It's tough at first, but once it starts rolling, it becomes easier to keep it moving. Sometimes you might not see results right away, and that's okay. Progress takes time. The seeds you plant today will take weeks or months to grow. But if you keep watering them with action, effort, and belief, they will eventually bloom. Don't stop just because success doesn't happen overnight. Every step counts. Every effort matters. It's also important to remember that action doesn't always mean taking big, dramatic steps. Sometimes, small actions done consistently are even more powerful. Writing 1 page a day, saving a little money each week, practicing your skill for 30 minutes daily. These small habits compound over time. They quietly build your future one step at a time. Take action even when you're scared, especially when you're scared. Fear will always be there, but so will courage. And every time you choose courage, you move closer to the life you want. Don't let fear decide your future. Let your determination lead the way. Tell yourself, I don't need to be perfect to start. I just need to start. Take the first step, even if it's small. Write that message. Enroll in that class. Try that new idea. Speak up. Apply. Begin. Because once you do, you'll realize that the fear you felt was just an illusion. It disappears the moment you take action. One day, you'll look back and thank yourself for being brave enough to begin. You'll be proud of the person who decided to move instead of waiting. You'll see how every step, no matter how small, built the foundation for your success. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who act. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now. Take action today and let your courage prove that you are always capable. Step 6. Stay consistent. Success takes time. In a world where everything seems to happen so fast, patience has become rare. We scroll through social media and see people achieving success, traveling the world, or living the life we dream of. And we start to wonder, why not me? But what we don't see are the years of quiet effort, the sleepless nights, the endless practice, and the failures that built that success. The truth is simple but powerful. Success takes time, and consistency is the key that unlocks it. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, is a perfect example. Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he trained relentlessly, practicing countless hours every day. His consistency, even when results weren't immediate, turned him into a legend. His story shows that patience and persistent effort are essential for achieving greatness. Everyone wants success, but very few are willing to stay consistent long enough to achieve it. Most people start with excitement and motivation. They begin strong, full of energy and passion. But when the results don't show up quickly, they lose hope. They quit right before the moment when everything could have changed. Consistency means showing up, not just when it's easy, not just when you feel inspired, but every single day. It means doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it. That's the difference between people who dream and people who achieve. Success is not built in one day. It's built by doing small things again and again until they turn into something great. Think of success like planting a tree. When you plant a seed, you don't expect it to grow into a tall tree overnight. You water it every day, give it sunlight, and protect it from storms. Some days you see growth. Other days you see nothing at all. But deep under the soil, roots are forming. The foundation is being built, invisible to your eyes, but strong enough to support a lifetime of growth. That's exactly how success works. When you stay consistent, even when it feels like nothing is happening, something is happening. You are growing. You are improving. You are building discipline, patience, and strength, the kind of strength that will carry you through life. Every small effort matters. Every day that you stay committed brings you one step closer to your goal. Remember, motivation gets you started, but consistency keeps you going. Motivation is temporary. It fades when you face obstacles. But consistency, that's built on commitment. It's a decision you make every day, even when it's hard. It's saying, I may not see results yet, but I trust the process. Look at any great success story, and you'll see the same pattern. Time, patience, and consistency. The athlete trains for years before winning a medal. The business owner works through hundreds of failures before finding the right idea. The musician practices daily before anyone knows their name. They all stayed consistent long enough for success to catch up with their effort. It's easy to start, It's harder to continue when progress feels slow. But the ones who win are not the fastest. They are the ones who never stop moving forward. Even small steps count when you take them every day. Consistency turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Sometimes you'll feel tired. Sometimes you'll feel like giving up. You might question if your effort is even worth it. But that's exactly when you must keep going. Those are the moments that test your commitment. Remember, the difference between almost made it and made it is persistence. It's okay to rest, but don't quit. Success doesn't require you to be perfect. It requires you to be persistent. You can fall down, but get back up. You can slow down, but never stop. Every day you keep going is a victory. Every moment you stay disciplined brings you closer to your dream. Consistency also builds trust, not just with others, but with yourself. When you keep your promises to yourself, you start believing in your own power. You start realizing that you are dependable, capable, and strong. That's how true self-confidence grows. The truth is, great things take time. The sun doesn't rise instantly. It takes hours for the sky to light up. Flowers don't bloom overnight. They grow silently before they show their beauty. Likewise, your success will come, but only if you keep nurturing it with steady effort. Keep going. Keep showing up. Even when no one claps for you. Even when no one notices. Even when progress is slow. Because one day, all your small steps will add up to something incredible. The results will come. And when they do, you'll realize that the wait, the effort, and the struggle were all worth it. Stay patient. Stay disciplined. Stay consistent. Success is not about how fast you go. It's about how long you keep going. Remember, small progress is still progress. Every day you take action, you're one step closer than yesterday. And when you finally reach your goal, you'll look back and see that it wasn't one big moment that changed your life. It was all the small, quiet moments when you chose to keep going. Even when it was hard. Step 7. Embrace change and adaptability. Life is always in motion. Nothing stays the same forever. Circumstances shift. Opportunities appear unexpectedly. And challenges arrive when we least expect them. The ability to embrace change and adapt is one of the most powerful traits a person can develop. Those who resist change often remain stuck, watching opportunities pass by, while those who embrace it grow, innovate, and achieve extraordinary results. Change can be uncomfortable, can feel unsettling, even frightening. It pushes us out of our comfort zones, challenges our routines, and sometimes shakes our beliefs. Yet, it is precisely in these moments of discomfort that true growth happens. Imagine a seed buried beneath the soil. It struggles through darkness, dirt, and resistance to reach the sunlight. That struggle is what allows it to bloom into a strong, thriving plant. In the same way, when we embrace change, we give ourselves the chance to evolve into the person we are capable of becoming. Consider the story of Steve Jobs. Early in his life, he co-founded Apple, a company that would later revolutionize technology. But in 1985, he was fired from the very company he created. Many would have seen this as the end of the road, a devastating defeat. Yet Jobs chose to adapt. He founded Next, invested in Pixar, and continued to innovate and learn. When he eventually returned to Apple, he transformed it into one of the most influential companies in the world. His story demonstrates that success is not just about talent or intelligence. It is about the courage to embrace change and turn setbacks into opportunities for growth. Everyday life is full of similar moments. Losing a job unexpectedly, ending a relationship, or moving to a new city can feel overwhelming. We have a choice: to see these events as disasters or as chances to discover new paths. When we embrace change, we open ourselves to learning, to innovation, and to possibilities we might never have imagined. The challenges that initially seem frightening become opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. To embrace change, we must first shift our perspective. Instead of fearing the unknown, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? What opportunity might this challenge bring? Curiosity replaces resistance. Flexibility replaces rigidity. By practicing adaptability, we learn to bend without breaking, to adjust our plans without losing sight of our goals, and to navigate life with confidence and grace. Even small actions make a difference. Taking the first step toward a new opportunity, reaching out for guidance, or learning a new skill can transform fear into momentum. Each act of adaptability strengthens your resilience, builds your confidence, and prepares you for the next challenge. Life is unpredictable, but the people who thrive are not always the most talented or lucky. They are the ones who embrace change, learn from it, and move forward with courage. Change is not something to fear. It is a pathway to growth. When we welcome it, we unlock our potential, discover new strengths, and find opportunities hidden within challenges. Embracing change is not just a strategy for success. It is a mindset, a way of living that allows us to evolve, adapt, and achieve more than we ever thought possible. Step 8. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces for transforming your life. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is already present, helping you see the abundance around you. When we cultivate gratitude, we begin to appreciate even the smallest blessings. A supportive friend, a kind word, a moment of beauty in everyday life. This simple practice has the power to strengthen our self-belief, improve resilience, and inspire consistent action toward our dreams. Take Oprah Winfrey, for example. Throughout her life, she faced extreme hardships, from poverty to personal challenges and professional obstacles. Yet, she developed a daily habit of gratitude, reflecting on the things she was thankful for, no matter how small. This practice grounded her, strengthened her mindset, and reminded her of her own potential. Her gratitude became a foundation for her success, allowing her to focus on what she could achieve rather than what was missing. Gratitude does more than create positive feelings. It changes the way we perceive challenges. When difficulties arise, a grateful mindset allows us to see lessons instead of setbacks. A lost opportunity becomes a chance to grow, a failure becomes a stepping stone, and a criticism becomes a tool for improvement. By practicing gratitude, you begin to notice the progress you've already made and the strengths you already possess. Even small acts of gratitude can have a profound impact. Writing down 3 things you are thankful for every morning, expressing appreciation to someone who has helped you, or simply taking a moment to reflect on the good in your life can shift your entire day. Gratitude connects us to the present moment and reminds us that even in struggle, there is always something worth valuing. Gratitude also strengthens relationships and builds a supportive environment. When we express thanks and acknowledge the people who contribute to our lives, we foster deeper connections and inspire positivity in others. Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Group, emphasizes the importance of valuing and appreciating the team around you. By creating a culture of gratitude, he has been able to motivate people, build loyalty, and achieve extraordinary results together. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending life is perfect. It means recognizing the good alongside the challenges, seeing opportunities even in adversity, and focusing on what you can control. It nurtures optimism and resilience, which are essential for taking consistent action toward your goals. Imagine starting each day with a sense of gratitude. You wake up, not worrying about what you lack, but appreciating what you already have. This mindset gives you strength to face challenges, clarity to make better decisions, and energy to pursue your dreams. Gratitude fuels persistence, optimism, and self-belief, the very qualities that make success possible. In essence, Cultivating gratitude is more than a daily habit. It is a lifestyle. It transforms your thoughts, shapes your actions, and strengthens your belief in yourself. When you recognize the blessings in your life, no matter how small, you gain confidence, perspective, and the motivation to move forward. Gratitude turns ordinary days into powerful steps toward extraordinary achievements. Step 9. Serve others and give back. True success is not measured solely by what we achieve for ourselves, but also by the positive impact we create in the lives of others. Serving others and giving back is a powerful way to strengthen your sense of purpose, boost your self-belief, and create a life filled with meaning. When you help someone, no matter how small the act, you remind yourself of your own power, value, and ability to make a difference. Consider the story of Malala Yousafzai. As a young girl, she risked her life to advocate for girls' education in her country. Her courage and commitment to serving others inspired millions, and her actions created a ripple effect that continues to change lives today. What stands out is that her belief in herself and her mission allowed her to act despite fear and adversity. By serving others, she strengthened her own confidence and created a lasting legacy. Giving back does not always require grand gestures. It can be as simple as helping a friend in need, volunteering in your community, mentoring someone at work, or even sharing a kind word or encouragement. These small acts not only make the world better but also reinforce your own sense of self-worth and purpose. Every time you lift someone else, you also lift yourself. Serving others also provides perspective. When you focus on someone else's needs, you step outside your own struggles and see life from a broader angle. It teaches empathy, patience, and gratitude, all of which strengthen your resilience. Many successful leaders, entrepreneurs, and innovators credit their sense of purpose and personal growth to their dedication to helping others. Giving back also inspires motivation. When you see the tangible difference your actions make in someone's life, it reinforces your confidence and fuels your drive to achieve even more. It reminds you that your efforts matter, not just for yourself, but for the greater good. This creates a cycle of positivity. The more you serve, the stronger your sense of purpose, and the more motivated you become to continue your journey. Imagine a life where your actions don't just elevate your own goals, but also lift others around you. Each act of kindness, each contribution, is a reminder that you are capable, impactful, and meaningful. Serving others connects your personal ambitions to something greater than yourself, giving your life depth, direction, and fulfillment. In essence, giving back is not just about helping others. It is also about strengthening yourself. Every time you act with generosity and purpose, you grow in confidence, clarity, and courage. You realize that your life has value, your actions have power, and your choices can create meaningful change. By serving others, you discover a powerful truth. The path to your own greatness is intertwined with the difference you make in the lives of others. Step 10. Celebrate small wins. Success is rarely a sudden, dramatic event. More often, it is the result of small, consistent efforts made over time. This is why celebrating small wins is a crucial part of the journey. Acknowledging even the tiniest progress reminds you that you are moving forward, strengthens your confidence, and fuels the motivation to keep going. Imagine a marathon runner. Crossing the finish line is the ultimate goal, but every mile completed, every personal best achieved, is a victory in itself. These small wins provide encouragement and keep the runner moving forward, even when the finish line seems far away. Similarly, in life, celebrating small achievements, whether it's finishing a challenging task, learning a new skill, or overcoming a personal fear, reinforces the belief that your efforts are meaningful. Consider J.K. Rowling during her early writing days. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, she celebrated small victories like finishing chapters, developing characters, and overcoming moments of doubt. Each small achievement reminded her of her capabilities and kept her motivated despite rejections from publishers. These small wins accumulated over time, eventually leading to enormous success. Celebrating small victories also nurtures a positive mindset. It shifts your focus from what remains undone to what you have already accomplished. This simple shift creates momentum. Momentum, once built, makes even the toughest challenges feel achievable. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, for example, credits much of his success to acknowledging small victories along the way. Whether it's completing a grueling workout, nailing a film scene, or achieving a personal goal, each win reinforced his confidence and pushed him to aim higher. Small wins can also inspire others. When people see your dedication and progress, they are motivated to pursue their own goals. By celebrating your own achievements, you create a ripple effect of encouragement and inspiration. To practice celebrating small wins, start by keeping a success journal. Each day, write down at least 3 things you accomplished, no matter how small. Reflect on the effort it took and the progress it represents. Over time, these small victories will accumulate, and you will see just how far you have come. In conclusion, believing in yourself is not just a single step in a journey. It is the foundation of every success, every achievement, and every fulfilled dream. The steps we've explored: mastering your thoughts, taking small actions, learning from failure, surrounding yourself with positivity, taking action even when scared, and staying consistent, are all tools to strengthen that belief. But without your own unwavering self-confidence, no strategy, plan, or action can reach its full potential. Life will test you. There will be moments of doubt, fear, and criticism. You will face setbacks, mistakes, and obstacles that feel impossible to overcome. But in every challenge lies an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are capable, resilient, and stronger than you think. By believing in yourself first, you create the courage to take the first step, the strength to keep going, and the wisdom to learn from every failure.